Welcome back.
Can't hurt.
Sorry, guys.
Alright, encumbrance being what it is, I ended up with the backpack and I'm carrying the trail rations.
Cool. I'll leave it crap in the party sheet, and
Yeah, I'll just carry it for now,
Kyle
I
can
guess.
decide what he wants.
Be careful up ahead. The ceiling does not look entirely stable. Let me go first, test things out.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Initially you don't find a trap or treasure, but what you do see is a nice snake.
What are you talking about? That's treasure. It's like bottled XP.
And would you all like to roll for initiative? I guess I could just do it for everybody. And Rashidi, you're up again. And missed again.
Yeah, first level.
And the snake misses you.
Well, I don't know exactly what's going on that far up, so I will just approach.
I'm guessing you're going to take your people with you.
Well, when the combat comes, I leave Aravashnal and just mention, you know, like, since he's able to walk but just blind, as I wait here for a second while we deal with this, but for Horgus, I assume he's going to stay closer. Yeah,
And
I can move
I am
Horgus,
still carrying my person.
but I can't move the other two.
They're not friendly yet. Not sure if they like us.
I see. Well, see if I waste more healing resources on them.
See, I offered to give one of them a potion to get him green, but
Yeah, right. Get him green.
Okay, Flare.
I don't know there's combat going on either. I just moved up.
Katie, you can probably see... Well, I know you can see Nick Rashidi swinging his sword into the air. Good hit.
Huzzah!
Goodbye, Viper. Okay, there's a dying snake, and there is nothing of any interest in this room at all.
Except, like, an unstable ceiling. Unless I read or heard the description wrong.
No, you heard it correct. But, you know, there's no treasure on the floor or anything like that.
Alright, did I make it to the other side safely?
Yes, you did.
Alright, I will signal to the rest of the party that it should be safe.
Alright, well, we're going to help those that needed the assistance.
XP! XP!
Okay, you all safely make it to the other side of the room. Okay, the tunnel in front of you stretches on and on and on and on. Roughly for about the next 25 minutes.
With no encounters, I assume?
And I'm sorry, Nick. What'd you say?
I said with no encounters, I assume?
No, there's no encounters. You're just traveling along with Aniva and, you know, her broken leg and dude being blind. You're slowed to, you know, roughly about 15 foot. Speed of 15 feet. And you come to an end of the tunnel, and it ends at a junction. You can go north, or you can go south. To the north, there's a 5-foot wide opening in the wall leading into a cave. You can see a soft but nasty looking green light coming from there. Or
Darn.
you go south and continue on down through the tunnel.
North is left. We must go north.
Is there anything to your religion that dictates that you must turn left at all times?
Well, based on the plot line, Hakim, who's a Tomb Raider and a Pathfinder, advised Rashidi before he went to Assyrian on how to properly do tomb raiding and exploring and dungeoneering. And so Rashidi's been following Hakim's rules ever since. So it's like a family honor thing.
Interesting. And this green light doesn't disturb you at all?
Falling 200 feet under the ground and having the ground seal up above me disturbs me.
Touché.
And for this, I'm just going to assume that between the dancing lights and Rashidi's light spell that this entire map is...
Yeah, mine illuminates like a torch, and his is essentially a torch, and it's, you know, level 0 spell, so how often do you need us to cast it?
Well, I always purposely put it on my scimitar so that my weapon glows, makes it look magical, and so I look like more of a target. So I use it for more than just light.
Yep, I like having the person that stays away from me because if somebody doesn't know what it is, they might just attack the ghostly image of light, which does nothing.
Okay, and I uncovered part of the map to the east. And Rashidi.
So, I'm confused. Is this disconnected from where we were at, or this is after the 25 minutes of travel?
This is 25 minutes of travel, and you turned left and went through the 5-foot wide little passageway. You come to a junction. You could go north or south. You went north, which took you through a little 5-foot hole, which opens up into this chamber.
There appears to be a building there.
You should give him a little glowing man token for his dancing lights.
And I'll just uncover more of that. Okay. You see a single, sizable, 20-foot tall building remains in the center of this 30-foot high cave. It's a bunker-like structure with no windows and walls of worked stone block. There's a 10-foot long carving of a hammer decorating the building's facade. The ruins of the collapsed outbuildings stand to either side.
Interesting. Let me guess, Kyle was the one that was going to have the knowledge skills.
Depends on what knowledge you're looking for. I might be able to help you out.
I'm looking for any of them. I don't have any knowledge. Well, I threw a perception to search for traps.
And
I am, after all, a bard.
Oh, yes, you're the knowledge one. Yes.
you're not finding any traps. Where are you searching for traps?
In front of me. If there's that square area, that would be a very nice spot for traps.
No. In the 4 square area above you, no, there are no traps. And
can I walk through here, or is that outhouse rubble blocking it?
Katie, as you come in and see the building, you recognize the symbol on the building as that of Turag. And what were you saying?
Elaborate?
The deity Turag is the
Dwarven deity.
Oh,
yeah.
Torak. Oh, gotcha. The dwarven deity.
Hammers and smiths and good brotherly love and...
Absolutely.
So, is it possible to walk through here? Or is that stuff blocking passage?
Yes, you can walk through there. It's a tight squeeze on the west.
Alright, I'll go east. Doing a perimeter check in the building, looking for windows that I can peer in, any sorts of weird things with whatever the stuff is over here.
Okay, those are the ruins of the outbuilding.
Just so happen to be ruined like igneous rock.
Yes, no kidding. But, you know, everything is just destroyed. And as you come around the corner of the building,
Oh, really? You gotta be kidding me.
I'm sorry.
You gotta be kidding me. A giant fly. I thought this was supposed to be like the epic AP.
It gets there. Hey, you know, they gotta give you points so you can get up to second level.
Every
Yeah.
vermin everywhere. Katie actually wanted to try to squeeze through the rocky area to see if that's a door or a window right there.
That is a door.
Initiative.
And would everybody like to roll in it? And Flair, you get to go first.
Oh boy. Oh, I don't know that there's a fly there. So
Yeah, you don't know anything.
I don't know anything. So all I can really do is carry my crippled companion into the room.
Wow, a fly.
Rashidi
Alright.
for the kill.
Or not.
But at least the snake wasn't vermin, so we've done something other than vermin. I'd be crying if I was playing Rylus in this.
Katie wants to know if she can see around this corner.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it partial cover.
So what is that, a -4 to hit or a -2?
It's a button in the modifiers.
Yeah. And you hit. And Rashidi, since you're closest, he's gonna try to take a bite of you. And definitely misses. And he's going to fly 5 feet.
5-foot flutter.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's going to take me a double move to squeeze through there, right?
Yeah. And
There you go.
if you want to turn your circle off for this, you can. This cavern's big enough between the two of you, it's lit.
Okay. I was just going to leave mine apart from him. You know, I like the fact that the dancing lights doesn't need to be like right on top of you.
Like I said, you should just make a token for us so we can walk around with us.
That'd be funny. There's my light. It's a glowing, walking, humanoid shape.
Hi, Bob.
Bob the light bulb! Gee, this is a pattern. Roll a 1, roll a 20. Roll a 1, roll a 20.
Goodbye, fly.
Yes, I like scimitars. They have nice crit ranges. Though for some reason I'm always rolling a 1 on my crit die.
Okay, both Katie and Alwyn know that there is a door.
We found a way in. Perhaps we can find shelter here. We have been traveling and been through quite an ordeal.
Seems easily defendable spot. Or should we do the squeezy thing?
And that was XP for the last 2 encounters.
Really? You mean the fly's not worth 800?
No.
Bum, ba-da-ba.
We should have kept that fly alive, because that fly would create maggots.
Yeah, we could kill them. Anyway, I think Katie wants to open the door. But do you want Rashidi to open it, or do you want to open it? She says she doesn't care if you guys want to swap.
Doesn't matter to me. Probably would be more beneficial for me.
The door is stuck, so I'll need you to make a strength check.
Perhaps I should try opening it for you.
Yay!
I want to take a crack at being the barbarian key. If I fail, then you can open it. Oh god, I grabbed your token by accident.
Alright.
Was that another strength check for me?
I'm going to do aid another to try to put my shoulder into it as well. Hey, I don't know.
Oh,
Same strength mod as the barbarian.
that's pretty
interesting.
funny. Needless to say, you got the door open.
Ladies first, of course.
And you see, close the window. A stone bench lines the southern wall of this chamber. At the far side of the room, a basin of water sits atop a stone pedestal. A stone door engraved with an image of a hammer stands to the north.
Does the water appear clean?
No.
Okay.
Hey, that's a great place for breeding maggots.
Oh, what was the South Park episode where they leveled up, killing the little things?
Yeah, they killed wolves or pigs or something. Yeah, I think it was pigs.
Killed the pigs in a little
10,000
one area.
pigs.
This thing up to 3 weeks. We'll be able to hit level 20.
The PCs, the elf is, you know, he's asking, he's asking what's going on and so forth.
We've found a structure with the symbols of Torag, and we are, apparently, it seems to be abandoned. I don't think they would have allowed the giant fly that was floating around to be sitting here, and the door was stuck fast. So we're going to check to see if it's a safe place to rest up and perhaps do more for your injuries before moving on.
Okay. Aniva, you know, she starts complaining that her leg's bothering her more than usual, and she needs to rest for a bit. And, you know, Horgus is like, you know, Aniva's slowing us down. We just need to leave her behind. And they're kind of, you know, she's a little upset over this, and, you know, there's a little bit of drama taking place outside between the two NPCs.
Okay. I would approach and ask if Horgus would be willing to step aside and talk with me privately. May I speak with you a moment, my lord?
What do you want? And roll a diplomacy. Never mind, I got that. I like that little party sheet hotbar extension.
Yes, yes, I was quite happy.
Am I gonna need a
Proof.
strength check on this inside door?
I didn't hear that.
The door, this other door in here, am I gonna need a strength check to open that?
No, it's not. And Alwyn, Horgus does step aside with you to talk with you. Flair, the door is unlocked and not stuck.
My lord, is there some problem between you and Anavia? Some history that I might know about? Do we need to be cautious around her in any way?
I just don't trust her.
Do you have some sort of history with her? We could set a watch to make sure that she doesn't do anything untowards.
I know her wife. And, you know, she just hangs around with the bad crowd. And, you know, he's not. You can tell that, yes, there is something there, but he's not that forthcoming. But once again, I do want to repeat, he said he knows her wife.
I heard you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we all caught that.
Yeah, it's Pathfinder.
Well, this is the character you've all read about, the transgendered one.
Really? What? Huh?
I didn't read about her.
Neither did I.
It even made Fox News, the website. I don't know if it was on the news station or not, but
Of course it did.
Pazio got a lot of press over this character in support of transgendered.
It doesn't surprise me. They've been pushing a lot of that stuff ever since they released two of their iconics were homosexual lovers.
Well, I'd try one more line of reasoning with him. Would you like me to speak with her in some way, or see if she might be willing to stay in a separate room, perhaps? Maybe stay outside with us?
She just needs to quit slowing us down. And, you know, you can tell he's probably better off if you just let him fume for a minute. And Flair. I'm going to assume Rashidi's going to come up behind you where you can see into the room. But you see broken stone benches. The air is cold and still. There's a thick layer of dust covering the floor and the benches. And at the far end of the room, you see an altar. And
You need to change the names of your creatures.
yeah, no. No metagaming. But the shrine's priest still dwells here, and he's seated on one of the benches facing the altar.
He says, you will pay the door expense. Takes
And
50 of my rupees.
roll for initiative.
Weird, didn't ding on my side.
It's probably because I just moved the icon up.
Ah, yeah. Why do I have -8? Oh, because you didn't remove the old one. I don't suppose 11 will hit. No.
No.
Yeah, if you don't do the short rest at the end of the combat, those will stack up on me.
Got it. And he's gonna try and take a swing at you with some claws.
Oh, I forgot the flat-footed too. I don't suppose an 11 flat-footed with him.
Nope.
Do I hear what's going on?
No, not really, because no one's hit.
Okay. In which case I had actually already walked over to Anivia. You'll notice that she's now only down 1 hit point. I don't know how that affects a broken leg in particular.
Oh, she should be.
No, before you started the combat, if you look up in the combat tracker, I actually cured her.
Okay, so she was at 0.
She should be at 1 hit point of damage. Yeah, there you go. And I don't know how that affects the broken leg, if that would fix it or not, but that was what I was attempting to do. And since I don't hear the combat going on, I guess I would continue and I would try to prep her to figure out what the problem was between her and Horgus.
The broken leg, the bones have mended and so forth where you did the heal. However, she's still half rate, just due to, sore leg and so forth.
That's fine. I'm just, again, that was a peace offering essentially, and the Diplo check is to see if I can figure out what her problem was with Horgus. But we can deal with that after combat.
Okay. And Katie, you really don't hear anything either. Hey, you can see now.
Oh, look at that.
And you've got firing into melee.
Oh, didn't add the modifier, but I bet that probably hits anyway.
Yes.
This can crit, right?
I really don't know.
Spells can crit, I'm pretty certain. Anything with an attack roll. Crit acid splash. Hooray!
Yeah.
Aww.
Question.
Yes.
That square, is it enough space for me to stand in?
Yes.
Alright. You don't have tokens left.
I do or don't?
You do not.
Alright, 25 against CMD to avoid AO.
I will be right back.
Yeah, you got it.
Alright.
And it's going to try to take a swipe at you with claws and hit you on 1. Oh. And would you like to make a fortitude save?
I would like to make one. I don't think I can. Pretty sure I can just fail a fortitude save.
Well, you know the situation you were saying you wouldn't be so happy about. Don't die, Rashidi. Don't die.
It's okay, we've got a potion for that.
You failed your fortitude save, and it's filth fever. It's a DC 12 save. The onset is 2 days.
I'll deal with it in 2 days then.
Yeah.
Ew.
Make a note.
Time for the requisite racially insensitive comment. Dirty Arabian.
Been a long time since I heard that one, actually.
Try to build up.
Okay, Alwyn, you're up.
Do I even know what's going on?
No.
Very well then. I've tried my best. Again, I'm talking to Anivia. If I don't hear anything that's going on in there and nobody calls out or nobody screams or anything, then I'm just gonna continue my talking.
To be completely honest, I think you're being more effective out there with what you're doing than what we're doing. In the end of this, we'll have a dead undead, but you'll have like actual working party members, maybe.
Oh, I didn't apply that -4 again, but it is a touch spell. Does an 11 hit?
No.
Never mind then.
Come on, Flair, you can do it.
Woohoo!
It's flanking, Flare. Now I can't hear you at all.
Sorry, I'm still technically AFK, so I was farther from my phone than I was earlier. Would the flanking bonus do anything to my attack damage?
No.
No. Not unless you're a rogue.
Okay. Oh, partially resisted. Uh-oh.
Okay, and Aniva's still talking. And Rashidi, you're up. Oh, you confirm a crit with a crit.
While dancing.
Noise.
Dead.
Put to rest. It's already dead.
Yes. Okay, and short rest.
Just think, this scimitar isn't even keen.
Alright, now I'm back.
Welcome back, Flair.
Thank you.
It's splattered.
At this time, Horgus is gonna come down because he's got a pretty good idea that you're talking about him.
Actually, I wasn't going to proceed down that line of questioning. I was going to ask her about her wife.
If there's nothing else going on in the building, I'm just going to go stand guard outside.
Give me just a second and we'll come back to the wife. Rashida, you and Flair and Katie, I'm assuming y'all want to search the temple.
Naturally.
Okay, on the priest, you find 2 potions of cure light wounds.
Woohoo! I will drink one.
Give me just a second, now I'll throw them over in the sheet. I knew I missed one treasure parcel. Now I know where it was at.
Hey, Alwyn, you want to hit me with a cure light effect?
Is it a level 1 caster level?
Most potions are by default. Thank you kindly.
Right in the middle of the road.
Hey, it doesn't take much to heal me up. Doesn't take much to take me down either, though.
Touche.
Okay. Alwyn. Aneva starts talking about her wife, Irabeth, and how she is the leader of the Eagle Watch. And the Eagle Watch is one of the crusading factions fighting in the World Wound. There's not really any central crusade. It's all just individual members or individual factions. You know, it could be royalty bringing in, real knights, or it can be John Doe and 5.5 farmers from the village that come in and say, yeah, we're suddenly knights and crusaders. They are one of the more reputable crusading factions in town. And her wife is half orc.
Ah, okay.
And you'll learn more about the story as it goes in and so forth. And you have managed to calm her down and so forth, and you can tell that she's just really missing her wife, and she's just despondent and a little bit depressed, or depressed and a little bit despondent. And Horgus comes around and says, what's going on? Are we leaving? He's ready to go.
My lord, I believe we may need to rest for a time. There are some of those that deserve some more healing. The blinded elf over there could use a lot more administrations, and unfortunately I am quite exhausted in my healing resources for the day. But if everyone believes that it is a better idea to press on for now, then press on we shall. I am just putting forth one possible course of action.
We should rest. It would be prudent to reserve our strength. We do not know what tasks will be ahead.
Horgus kinda looks over at Rashidi and nodding his head in agreement, and yeah, I think we should probably rest for a little bit, because God knows what exists in these caverns.
All manner of vermin, apparently.
Hey, we found one sentient. He was already dead, but still.
I suppose that counts for something.
And story award.
Yay! Wait, what story?
The diplomacy rolls were enough to prevent the PC's attitudes from degrading.
Yay, Bard.
Yeah, I don't even know if I can help with that. What is my bardic abilities here? Oh, I've got a +0. Yay!
Well, actually, it was your diplomacy score that won over Horgus.
Wow, after everything I've done? Well, I feel inferior. I'm also going to use my performance ability to try to keep everybody's spirits up, essentially.
Now, you did win over Neva. But on Horgus, you were horrible rolls.
That's why it's always good to bring a backup bard.
There you go.
Now the real question is, which one of us is going to get sacrificed for the loot rolls?
No telling.
Okay. Well, you don't have your cleric. So, shall you proceed south?
Are we actually resting
yeah.
overnight?
How long do y'all want to rest?
Overnight. Get sleep, set watches. We found 10 rations in that bag. That's enough to get us another day's worth of food. Use that to rest up. Those are spellcasters who have the ability, which we know none of us do, but the NPCs don't, can prepare better spells for the situation. Actually, I don't know what Katori's class is.
Oh, the undead thing. Did you award for that? Or was that part of the 400?
Hold on, let me pull it.
Probably not.
No,
Given
that
where the
was
CR was.
not. B3. Have some more experience. Okay, does anyone want to do anything to the temple or continue south? And let me give you an overnight rest.
Katie said she's going to change some of her spells. Since she's Arcanist, she has kind of like the combo thing. She prepares spells and then she casts as a Sork. She's going to swap out one of her prepared first levels.
Yeah, that's no problem.
It's weird. I haven't looked at all those new classes yet.
It's pretty interesting. So what I did to make it fit is I've got 2 spellcasting classes in her actions tab. One is Wizard for prepared, and the other one is Sork, which is what she actually casts. So she has a spell book under the Wizard one, and what she has available for the day is under her Sork list for prepared spells.